Hey guys, welcome to today's video on the FindTheBestCarPrice.com YouTube channel. Today we're going to take a look at the 2020 version of the Mercedes Benz AMG G63, also known as the G-Wagon. And one thing you might want to consider if you want to buy one of these is the fact that Mercedes Benz has announced they will not be making the G-Wagon for the 2022 model year, and that means the prices are going to go way up. So you might want to make sure you get the exact package you want and know how to negotiate properly. As Ed Bolian would say, be a shrewd negotiator. Let's take a look at exactly what this model is.
Like I said, this one is for sale here at the dealership right now. I already put the numbers on the screen, but it's a little over $244,000 just in case you wanted to know. So let's take a quick look at exactly what this is. Gotta say a special thanks to Kerry on the camera right there. So I'm gonna have him come up here to the front. We're going to have the classic look of the G-Wagon. There's not a lot of vehicles that can get away with this, but having the rounded headlights right here, I think that really sets off the front end. And you have the grille here, it's more like the Panamericana grille, going to have the logo right here, the big Mercedes-Benz logo. I don't think any other Mercedes grille would fit this vehicle. Tell me down in the comments what you think. And of course, we're going to have the other logo right here. But the thing that's so interesting about this particular model is that from 2020 forward, at least while they were still building these, they drive differently and they ride differently. A different suspension and a different style of steering, so it's not really truck-like the way it used to be. But I'll tell you one thing that really is impressive here is how well it accelerates. Let's pop the hood open and take a look at exactly why. Okay guys, there's a reason why I waited to open the hood until we got to this point, because I love it when you open a hood on a vehicle and you don't have to hunt around for that manual rod to put in place to hold the hood up. And let's face the facts, at this price point, you shouldn't have something like that. The struts right here are going to take care of that for you. And when you open the hood up and those struts are holding it up, what are you going to find? The 4-liter bi-turbo V8, 577 horsepower, 627 pound-feet of torque. You've got that 9-speed automatic transmission that's putting power to the ground through 4MATIC. So 4MATIC being, for those of you who may not be familiar with it, that's all-wheel drive. Traction is not going to be a problem. All right guys, let's have Kerry come around here. I'm going to show you these gorgeous rims. You're going to have very large brake rotors here and the red brake caliper. Really like that. That just, I don't know, that just sets it off so well. Of course, the V8 bi-turbo logo right here. And obviously this is an AMG model. And just to take a quick look, here is what your remote looks like. Pretty simple, pretty standard, but always a very elegant look with the Mercedes-Benz remotes. And of course, you got those power folding heated side view mirrors. As you can see, there is the power or the turn signal indicator built in. It's so funny how I get questions about that if I don't say anything. And one thing that's so iconic about these G-Wagons, I don't have to say anything about it, just listen. It's when you close the doors, you're gonna get the sound. See that? That is really cool. I like that a lot. And just the overall classic look here, everything is so consistent. We were looking at another vehicle earlier today. I won't say what it was, but the rear window here just didn't look right, because about right here, it just kind of went up like this. That design just doesn't seem right. So I like, as funny as it sounds, you might not pay attention to these things, but if it wasn't like this, you would probably notice. But just having that line right there just makes such a difference. And something that's also common, but tell me what you would like to see, or maybe you might do this to your own vehicle. What do you think about the exhaust coming out of the side right here? Okay, let's talk a little bit about towing and cargo capacity. Your max towing is going to be 7,000 pounds on this model, and a very heavy door right here, mainly because of that spare tire being on the rear. I'll have Kerry come in and just kind of give you a quick little interior tour here of what you have. Max cargo capacity is going to come in at 68.6 cubic feet. Of course, you're going to have all of the finest materials here. Something you don't normally see is that type of a design and this type of material on the inside of your rear door like that. But that door is really heavy, so if you're not ready for that, that might surprise a lot of people when they close that door. I'm going to have Carrie go to the passenger side there, and we'll meet you over here. I'm going to show you how to maximize your cargo space. It's really pretty simple, but it's not the way you might expect. So here's what you're going to do. Actually just reach under the seat cushion. You don't have to release any levers or anything like that. There is a little latch right there that you can hold on to, kind of a little leather piece that you can put your finger into. Carrie can show you that probably on the screen, but there's no actual release. You just basically are just going to pull up on that. And then on the outside actually of the seats here, there is a release there as well. Carrie is showing you that on the screen, and I'm going to let him mainly focus on that side. I'm not going to put this one down yet, but that's a nice feature right there. So I'm going to put this down real quick and show you something else that's here, probably easier to show from here because I can reach it. You have a pass-through. So what I've done is I've opened that little door right there, and then we'll put this back up. So if you wanted to take your G-Wagon skiing or whatever you might want to do, well, you've got the space right there. From that pass-through, you can stick whatever you want to through there. That makes it pretty easy. And of course, you have the cup holders with the fold-down armrest as well. Dual air conditioning vents here. You can control the features and the functionality of that right here on the rear of the console. And then let's open that just to show you what's there as far as your features for connectivity back here for your rear seat passengers. And AMG logo right here. Carrie can probably show you on that side. You've got the lighted door sill right there, that illuminated door sill. And just for the heck of it, let me step up into here. Kind of a pretty high step up. Notice how I did that right there. You see how the headrest is down. We'll do it on this side right here just so I can show you if we got a good view. Just gonna push up on that and it goes right into place. That's pretty nice. What about space for your rear seat passengers if you're buying a $244,000 G-Wagon? Well, there's actually a decent amount of space back here. Can't really complain about that. So seating for 3 people if you want that. This is a 5-seater, but obviously the main area of interest and action is going to be right up there in the front seat. So we're going to change angles and take a quick look. All right, guys, we're going to take a look in through the passenger seat or the passenger side door. And speaking of the passenger seat, we'll just start right here and let Carrie show you this seat, which is obviously very comfortable, good bolstering. Hey, you could go tracking your AMG 63, the G63. Got the logo right here on the back of the seat. These seats themselves are very comfortable. And I mean, it must be fast. It has a no crap bar. You know, there's other terminology for that, but if you're a passenger, you know, if Carrie was over there doing breathing exercises, then he might be grabbing that as we're driving down the road. And here is the glove box, just to give you a quick look at what that looks like inside there. There is a decent amount of space in there, and I'm gonna have Carrie actually step inside of the vehicle here real quick. And obviously from this angle, you have a good view of the ambient lighting here on the driver's side door. And you can of course go in and change that. There's ambient lighting all throughout the interior. A little bit bright here in the dealership at Mercedes Benz of Shreveport, so it's a little bit harder to see than it might be otherwise, but I think you can see that just fine. Now, this is a 20 model. The MBUX system did not appear in these Mercedes-Benz models until 21 models came out. So not a touch screen here. You're going to still have all the functionality and everything down here on the center console. So you'll use the trackpad to control everything. It's just the way it is on these particular models, but not necessarily a bad thing, because I think there's a lot of people who may actually prefer that. In fact, tell me down in the comments what you think. And as I said, that it was good and dark in here. All of a sudden we're seeing that it's changing a little bit. But just to show you what's here, of course you can go in here to the vehicle and change a lot of features, a lot of functionality. You can go in there into the dynamic select and change a lot of features about what the engine is doing, what the vehicle is doing, get your information. Of course, we're not running the engine right now just because of the fact that obviously we're sitting here in the showroom, but a lot of good information here. I don't know if we can even get that to come up because the engine isn't running right now, but you can obviously see pretty much anything you want. Now, if you want to change the lighting, not only the interior lighting, but the exterior lighting as well, you can make changes right here. And here's how you do it. I do have to admit that I prefer the setting or the screen on the MBUX where you can just do this all by hand. But if you're old school, or maybe you're like Monk and you just don't like to touch the screen and get fingerprints on it like I just did, then you have that option. But you also have that with the MBUX system as well. But you can kind of see what's here as far as the lighting goes, when it goes off, all that kind of stuff. Pretty simple here. And just have Carrie kind of scroll down here, or pan down, scroll. That's not the right way to say that. To show you what else is here as far as functionality goes. You got your climate control here and all that good stuff. If you want to conceal away those cup holders, you've got the cover right there. Okay, and a quick look here from the driver's perspective. Obviously, without the engine running right now, yeah, there's a lot of lights on and things on the dashboard there, but just so you can kind of see, and obviously you can control everything right here. If you want to go through different features and different things that you might want to change and see and just go through all the different information, you've got what I call the mini trackpad right here, where you can scroll your way through everything. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. And the same thing applies here for the screen over on the right hand side, just to show you what's here as far as this AMG steering wheel goes. And I love the shifter paddles here. Those are big. You will not miss those when you're driving down the road. Okay, let's take a look at the door and what you have here, just so you can know. If you've never noticed before, I'll show you something you'll never be able to unsee, but here are all the buttons for controlling the functionality of the seats. Obviously, this is on the driver and passenger side. That is all in the shape of the seat itself. Never noticed that before. You'll never be able to unnotice it. And of course, you've got seat memory, and then heated and ventilated seats there, good sized door bins, and obviously what you would expect with Mercedes Benz, the best materials possible, everything high quality. And we'll just get that sound one more time. So, gotta say a special thanks to my friends here at Mercedes Benz of Shreveport for giving me the keys and letting me use the showroom here for today's video. Thanks to Kerry for manning the camera. We really appreciate his time. If you like these kind of videos, guys, tell me and we'll do a whole lot more of them. And as always, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to give you a vision for your next vehicle. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out this section of the screen. There are more videos to watch, and I'll see you there.
Did you enjoy today's video on the 2020 version of the AMG G63? If so, tell us down in the comments. And please be sure to hit the like button. That helps us a lot. Also, subscribe and turn on that bell notification icon so you can see our future videos. And if you enjoyed this video, there's more videos on the screen right now that you can take a look at, and I'll see you there. Thanks for watching, guys.